Hello. In this video, we look at the Juniper security using the cSRX for segmentation or microsegmentation in AWS EKS environment. I'm Mithun Hebar, a product lead for security group at Juniper Networks. In this video, we look at more detail or closer, we'll take a look at the demonstration of the cSRX deployed as a service within a Kubernetes cluster, where there may be two different applications running in the front end and what we call as a backend applications. Both of these applications would be deployed as services, and we'll see that how the cSRX is able to segment the traffic and act as an effective firewall between these two different applications which are trying to access each other. Look at the traffic flow with this demonstration. We start with the front end service or front end pods, which are deployed as a service or the front end service. And the traffic from the front end pod on the left of the screen over here is forwarded through to the cSRX service through the kube proxy. The cSRX service has two endpoints, which are the cSRX pods, which of course does the natting in this particular video, just the simple NAT to ensure that the traffic is actually going to hit the cSRX pod that serves the traffic in the forward direction, in the reverse path as well. So the traffic in the forward direction hits the cSRX pod 1, it's natted, sends to the bridge 1, which forwards it to the kube proxy, and then the traffic hits the backend service and the backend pods, which then sends the traffic back towards the cSRX pod, which was the source in the forward path. Here, the cSRX is segmenting the traffic between the front end and back end applications. Remember that in this case, we really create an overlay network. We define the network attachment definitions in such a way that the traffic is actually always going to hit the cSRX, and we are able to perform various kinds of application level security on the cSRX pod, on the cSRX firewall deployed within the EKS cluster. With that said, let's move on to the demonstration and look at how this would function. It's an extension of the previous videos. So if you have not seen the previous videos, I would strongly urge you to look at least the cSRX or in EKS setup video, which establishes the backdrop for this particular use case. We begin with deploying the files in the folder for East-West deployment. Here, you can see that the front-end container is still deploying and the cSRX pod is already up and running. We'll give it a few seconds for the front-end pod to come online as well. We see that the front end is now running. To showcase the deployment, I will log into the front-end container and attempt to access the backend web service using the cSRX service IP address. See, that's the cluster IP of the cSRX service. That's the one that I use to access the backend web service. This use case showcases the ability of the cSRX deployed as a service to effectively behave as an East-West firewall, because we have used the cSRX service IP to reach the backend service. Okay, in this video, we've seen how the cSRX deployed as a service is able to segment the traffic between front-end and back-end applications. Thank you for watching.